All right, this afternoon we are working on a New Yorker power vented gas-fired boiler. I have a no heat call for an existing client in Valley Stream. This property is a row of condos slash townhouses, and right now I'm in the basement, as you can see. Pretty nice. There's my truck. Walked right here, and here I go. As a good service technician, I like to be observant and just make a mental note of what's going on with the system. I take a look at the age of the system if it's readily available. This one is from 2007. I take a look at the temperature and pressure gauge. Something tells me something's wrong there to begin with. You have no pressure, no temperature. I touch the draft motor. Since this is a power vented model, this is cold to the touch. Thank God, because if this was hot to the touch, it means it's dead. And I'd have to order that. We have a green light on the low water cutoff. I have 2 zone valves. Both zone valves appear to be calling since there's no resistance in the manual open lever. I have a Takeo 007 circulator, which is very warm. And I have a switch here with the plug going to my A.O. Smith power vented water heater. But other than that, everything looks fine. So my gas valve is set to on. I have no lights on my Honeywell S8670E spark ignition module. But I do notice that I don't have any pressure there. So before I do anything, I'm gonna make sure my ball valve there is good. We're just gonna hit this. Seems like there's pressure in there. So, that being said, my temperature and pressure gauge could be defective. All right, so, would you look at that? Another one. We got another one. My green light is flashing on my spark ignition module. And we got some corrosion there. We'll make note of that. Defective from installation. Make note of that. There's our spark. Still here in the background. Main valve opened. We have ignition. And we'll feel this vent piping a little bit. It's getting warm. So we have a defective Aquastat relay. So, I posted a video last week of a slant fin Sentinel gas-fired boiler that I was working on in Far Rockaway. One person made a comment about, maybe it was a bad Molex connector, which is something like this, right? On the Aquastat relay. And a few people actually direct messaged me saying, it wasn't right to change the whole Aquastat relay. They're wrong. In my opinion, if you have to touch something for it to turn on, the part needs to be changed. I have come across hundreds of these Honeywell Aquastat relays. This is the, they're all the same. L8148E Aquastat relay. I think it goes from 140 degrees to 240 degrees on the manual Aquastat dial right there. You know what? They're wrong. If you gotta touch it, as a professional, your number one recommendation is to change it. Not to, I touched it and it's working now, and pay me my service call fee, have a nice day. And guess what? 2 o'clock in the morning when they have no heat again, and they're cursing and screaming, they're not cursing and screaming just at themselves, they're also screaming at you. It's like, oh, that dumb idiot, that dumb plumber should have, why didn't you tell me to change it? I said, oh, I touched it, it's working fine. No, you're wrong. You gotta touch something, it's like banging on, the old car, right? You bang on the old car, all of a sudden it starts. Guess what? It's time to fix it or repair it or replace it, right? So this is a printed circuit board, which is what that is, and it needs to go, plain and simple. And there you have it. We're gonna swap out this Aquastat relay, and the customer will now have reliable, good heat, and we'll also make note of defective temperature and pressure gauge. Not imperative that we change it, but if I have to drain down this boiler ever at one point, that's a good time to do it. Like when this nipple, which is just superficial a little bit, like when that starts to get worse. But there you have it. New Aquastat Relay New Yorker boiler.